Delighted this morning to be joined by Françoise Pascal. Good morning, my dear lady.
Good morning, Pierce. How are you today?
I'm good. We've been planning to do this for so long. I've known you for many years. We've been friends.
Yeah.
And I think I first met you when you brought your autobiography out.
That's right, in 2011.
Wow.
That's a long time.
It is
a long time.
It was.
That's 15 years ago.
I know. It's crazy. But looking back, you were born in Mauritius. You moved to London. What age were you when you moved to London?
At the age of 12.
And what was the transition like coming from Mauritius? Now, I know Mauritius because I've obviously had a holiday there. But what was the transition like from moving from, I would class it as a gorgeous island, and it is a lovely island. But what was the transition? I mean, moving from there to London?
It was a bit weird, actually, because I remember sitting in a taxi in London and with my father and mother and with my little brother and my little sister. And I saw this beautiful woman and a very handsome man in a car. It was a red car, if I remember correctly. It was one of those... how do you say décapotable in English?
I'm not sure. I'm not
no
sure.
Roof.
Oh, a cabriolet.
Yeah, there was no roof, and it was summer.
Yeah.
And because summer for us in Mauritius was like 100 degrees.
Yeah, I know.
And summer for you here in those days, in 60 degrees, 70 degrees or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't do Celsius. I can't be bothered with all that.
That's okay.
And it was, it was very, very strange to feel that cold on your skin next to, what you felt before in the warmth of summer, high summer, I would say, where cyclones will arrive and things like that. So looking at things around me when I was that age, I just took it in and I thought, how beautiful, how lovely. I think I know I'm going to be happy here. This is the way I was thinking. Mm-hmm. And I also thought, my gosh, if people can look like this woman, I want to look like her too.
Well, absolutely. And you certainly did.
Oh, thank you. But it was really, it was a weird feeling. In one way, and happy feeling in another.
First experience, obviously you started British education then, I guess, which would have been, again, very different from where you came from. And what was the immediate difference in the schooling over here compared to over there?
Over there, they were very strict, very, very strict schooling. And they wouldn't allow you to actually sort of like go, if you were sick, you had to be, had to have a letter from your mother or father, if you were sick, or they would actually call the school and tell the school that you're sick.
Yeah.
Over here was very, very, it was freedom over here, really.
Yeah.
And I know the school I went to, and I'm not going to say the name. They refused to, whenever my name was mentioned, they went, oh, no, not her.
Oh, no. Oh,
I must have done something terrible. I really must have.
Were you a naughty little person then?
Yeah, I guess I was. I can't remember. I really cannot remember. I mean, oh, gosh. But unfortunately, when my sister had to go to school, and she, my mom took her there and said, I would like my daughter to be registered also. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, we can't take another Françoise Pascal.
Oh dear me.
And my sister couldn't go to school there. I mean, it was terrible. And she had to go to a horrible school.
Oh no. Oh dear. But after school, I'm actually thinking about it. When did you get the acting bug?
When did I get the acting bug? I had the acting bug since I was born, I think, because I saw when I remember seeing at the age of 6 or 7, I saw 3 films of Romy Schneider, who later on became a friend. Not a friend, but an acquaintance,
Yeah.
I would say. And she, and I saw her, and I was absolutely besotted by her, besotted by the role she played of Elizabeth of Austria called Sissi.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where my acting bug came in.
Okay.
Because I really, really loved what she was doing, and I wanted to be her. So my acting bug started about 6 or 7 years old.
Okay. And when did it fully reach like the moment where you first appeared on the screen? What was that?
Well, the first moment I appeared, I was acting was actually on stage.
Mm-hmm.
At the age of up to 12 and a half, 13, when we were in Paris. My father was very sick with emphysema, and he had, and my mother took him to Paris to be able to see a proper, a doctor, really, a specialist about his emphysema. And we were sitting in the cafe in the Champs-Élysées, and all of a sudden this man approached us and said, does, I'd like to actually see your daughter act. And my mother said, what? Excuse me? My daughter doesn't do anything like that. She has to go to school. So, we went to, she allowed me to go there. And my father told her, said, come on, it's an experience for her. And so she allowed me, and I acted in front of Jean-Louis Barrault.
Okay.
And he liked me, and he thought I was pretty good, and I was to play Cosette in Les Miserables.
Wow.
And Cosette is the little girl.
Yes.
And I was to play her in Les Miserables, which I did for about 6 months.
Wow.
And after 6 months, I went back to London.
Yeah.
And that was it. I went to school, and didn't go to college that much, but I went to college later to La Sorbonne to finish my studies, and which I didn't finish that well because I wanted to be in films.
Yeah.
And I went back to London to my mom, and my mom sort of knew that my dad was very, very poorly.
Yes.
And he died 4 days before my 15th birthday.
Oh.
So then, and I had the acting, it got stronger in me for some reason. I don't know why. And of course, I met up with an agent. There was an agent that I met. I don't know how she got to me. And she got me my first job. My first job was with a film called Loving Feeling with Bashu Sen.
Okay.
And it was a strange film, and I had no idea that I had to actually take my clothes off.
Oh.
And I was told that on set that I had to take my clothes off. And when I took my clothes off, I know he did tell me that actually on. He asked me the question when I went to the interview.
Yeah.
And he said, are you able to, he said, do you mind if you take your clothes off in the film? And I looked at him and I said, well, if it has to be, it has to be. So that was it. And I took but in those days, say taking your clothes off, you weren't allowed to show everything.
No.
You were only allowed to show your back,
right.
Not your front, never your front. So I was, when I look at it, I said it was so mild, it was just nothing at all on it. And that was my first film. And the funniest thing is that when it was open, we were at the premiere of the film. Right. In the most sleaziest cinema you have ever seen in Leicester Square. Really sleazy. And I was at the back of it, and I've never seen so many raincoats going up and down in my whole entire life. I swear to you, it was like what the hell is going on here?
Oh my
And what
goodness.
are they doing?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But
And I will never forget that.
no,
Never forget it.
that would
Really.
be sort of melted into your mind.
Oh, it has been. And also, and there was a Daily Mirror guy there, and his name was Kenham Jenner, and he actually he's the one responsible for all the publicity that I had,
Yeah.
in my career, because all he did was put me in front page all the time, or not front page, but in the Daily Mirror all the time, and I was always with publicity. I
Yeah.
was never without publicity,
Yeah.
because that's what Kenham did for me,
Yeah.
and which was great, which I loved him for it,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he put me on a map, really, in many ways.
Yeah.
So I was quite happy there.
Yeah. Now, am I correct in thinking, obviously, model, singer, dancer, was your first dance experience on Top of the Pops?
Yeah, I was actually, taken to Top of the Pops and asked, and then when I was there, I was dancing. I'm a pretty good little mover.
Mm.
I was, not now. and and, uh, and Johnny, what was his name? The producer of Top of the Pops at the time, it was Johnny somebody.
Yeah.
He actually saw me, and he said, "Put her on a high level
Yeah.
for her to dance on her own, or with somebody or whatever."
Yeah.
So that's when I was given the chance to be on
TV.
on Top of the Pops, yeah,
Absolutely.
on TV.
Yeah. I mean, your career has been amazing. It's had its ups and it's had its downs. But overall, you've made it well through it all. And you're such
I'm still alive.
well, I wasn't going to say that. I wasn't going to say that because I know you are, because we talk. But
We're talking, yeah,
yeah, it's always a good sign. Now,
yeah.
one of we've spoken about this before, but one of my favourite films. Well, there's a couple actually, and I've only recently watched the one called The Iron Rose, which scared
Mm.
the bejesus out of me.
Did it?
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm not.
wow.
You see, I'm one of those fickle people that can jump from seeing a Dalek. So, for you to be running around a large graveyard with your fella at the time in this film, and the
Oh,
yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about that experience. We will jump back and forward, but tell me about that experience.
yeah. Well, that was in 1972, I think, 71, 72. I did that. My brain is a bit fuzzy about things these days, because I'm getting old. So,
Never,
um,
never, never.
at 76, I can tell you that my brain is gone. My body is nearly gone.
Well, I know about
I
that
can't even
myself, but
walk. Yeah, I can't even walk properly,
yeah,
and my back is always hurting. Anyway, that's beside the point. The Iron Rose was made in a cemetery,
yeah,
and we used to actually work from 6 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock in the morning the next day,
yeah,
and it was scary.
yeah,
It was scary because I used to actually at midnight I used to jump in my in a car with my friend Jean-Jacques Renon, who was the cinematographer, and I used to say, I'm scared. I think they're going to come out and get me." He used to say, "Don't be so silly." And then he would scare me and say, "Look, there's one out there." It was dreadful, but and then he would break a bottle of wine out, and sort of open a bottle of wine and give me a glass, and he said, "Take that, and that will actually make you feel better."
yeah,
But it was one of the most memorable film I've ever made, and the director, I wasn't his choice. I was never his choice,
yeah,
because I was he had somebody in mind, but they weren't actresses. They didn't really,
yeah,
they were all doing nude um, scenes in the vampire films,
yeah,
and they weren't really actresses. So I was an actress, and he felt I was somebody that was that was a trained actress, and he felt that that I was too trained for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wasn't his choice. But the producer wanted me because I had only just finished There's a Girl in My Soup.
Yeah.
And so, well, it was open already. And the producer wanted me.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, and I had a Kirk Douglas for, I met Kirk Douglas who wanted me to be in his film Scalawag. And I had to refuse it because I really loved that script, the script of the Iron Rose.
Yeah.
So anyway, we were doing that, and we had, it was a grueling schedule.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I loved every moment of it. Even when I was actually running through the graveyards and sort of like being a complete nutcase. And I was. So it was really a good film for me to do.
Yeah, it was very different.
My film.
Yeah, it definitely was your film, and very different from some of the other stuff, like A Girl in My Soup, and a lot of the TV you did. Now, I want to also mention, because we spoke about this the other day, our love for Sir Roger Moore.
Oh yeah,
we both know him, but you spent time with him and one of his wives, eating, enjoying. Tell me your moment of memories of Sir Roger.
But I can't tell you a lot because I met up with Sir Roger when we were on my birthday, and his birthday was the same date as me.
Yeah.
Not the same year, but the same day.
Yeah.
And we used to meet up at Tramps and sit at Johnny Gold's table and have dinner. And and I love dancing, and I used to just I was with, of course, my ex, the late Richard Johnson.
Yeah.
And so the six of us were there. 5 of us or 6 of us sometimes, because it was Johnny's wife also there. And we used to go, I used to go and dance and come back and have a wonderful time with him. And he was so funny, such a funny guy.
Oh, yeah.
Such a lovely. And Louis, I'd say to look at Louisa, and Louisa used to look at me. I said, Louisa, there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we both loved the man. I mean, with Roger, what you saw is what you got. There was no airs, there were no graces. He was one of the last great actors that we had in this country, and I don't think he was given the credit that he deserved for some of the other roles. We all know him as James Bond, we know him as a Saint, we know him as Persuaders, Ivanhoe, but there was the film he did where he played himself. Well, not himself. There were 2 parts of him. There was an evil part and there was a normal part. I'm trying to remember the name of the film, but I just thought that film was magnificent because it really showed his acting chops at the end of the day.
Yeah. Was it the
I think The Man with Two Faces or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. No, he was wonderful in that film. Just wonderful.
Was. But
he's never been recognized as a straight actor.
No.
As an actor with a skill that was, wonderful. He just was recognized as a handsome man who played a part.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, he was very self-detrimental to himself. He never took himself too seriously.
No, that's right. That's right.
And I think sometimes that didn't help it. I think in later life he did admit that was probably a little bit of a mistake. Because he was rather trained. And he was a great actor and a great ambassador for so many charities. UNICEF particularly.
UNICEF especially, yeah.
I mean, I know you're a humanitarian as well. You really do care about the environment and people around you and the world itself, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do care about homelessness, and I do care about poverty around the world. And I just can't, whenever I see all this around me, I really do cry.
Yeah.
And I really wish I had more power to be able to help people,
Yeah.
but I don't.
No.
And I can't, and I don't have the money to do so either.
No.
Very different. And I don't have the status to help people.
No.
Because all these things that you do in life, being an actor and having publicity or being talked about, being liked about, and being liked and all that, it doesn't mean anything if you don't care about other people.
Yeah.
And it's always good to care for people who actually have less than you.
Yes.
And have a more. This is why I always say, you have to. What's the word? Being a humanitarian is not to actually feel for people; it's to give to people.
Yes.
You must, you must give
Yeah.
to receive. You don't want anything.
Yeah.
You don't want anything back. You just want to give, and hoping that the person that you give is actually happy and will be happy, or has received something that will make them happy.
No, absolutely.
That's the main thing. I never ask for anything back.
No.
Never.
No, it's always good to give.
Yeah, and this is not what we were taught. I mean, I'm a Roman Catholic, and this is not what I was taught as a child. This is not that Jesus taught us.
Yeah.
And I'm very religious, and I have faith. Yes. So therefore, I don't care if anybody think, oh, what is she talking about or whatever, but I really don't. I have faith, and I'm a Catholic, and I believe in Jesus, and I believe in God.
Well, absolutely. Now, let me talk about, again, one of my favourites growing up, a TV series, which I think was the one that brought you to mainstream, which was, of course, the brilliant Mind Your Language.
I don't think that was actually that brought me to the front. I think what brought me in the front was when I did series with Terry Scott.
Oh,
and June Whitfield.
Yeah, Terry and
Happy
June.
Ever After.
Yeah.
Happy Ever After. And that got me a lot of publicity on that one. So I know that the reason why I got Mind Your Language was because Vince Powell said to the producer, there's this girl that you should see, and I've written Danielle for her.
Yeah.
Because she's French and she does the French accent, and she actually knows about au pairs and things like that. He was, he was quite determined to have me in the series,
mm-hmm.
And I was happy to be in the series. It was a wonderful series to be in.
I mean, I think are you the only person from that series still with us?
No. I just had lunch with George Camilla, who played the Italian.
Oh, right.
The Italian stallion, I call him. George, I just had lunch with him the day before yesterday. We had lunch together, and there's Jackie Harding, who plays Anna. She's still alive. There's who else? There's Jamila Massey, who plays Jamila. She's still alive. Who else is there? Oh, and there's Kavok Malikian, who plays Max.
Right.
He's still alive.
Okay.
And so there's about 5 of us, I think, that's still alive.
What was the experience on that show? Because it has obviously and still is a cult series. And it's over 45 years ago since that show was on TV. And obviously the lead in that, the teacher,
Barry Evans.
What an amazing young actor. What stories have you got working with Barry?
Oh, I love Barry, and I think he was a wonderful actor, and he was a giving actor. He was the guy. I mean, he actually had a lot he had a certain, he was more or less very sort of insides.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it in English.
Don't worry. Say it in French.
No, no, I'm not going to say it in French. I don't even know how to say it in French myself now. No, he kept a lot inside.
Yeah.
And he was we say in French cachotier.
Okay.
And he actually didn't show up a lot of things. When he was acting, he did.
Yeah.
When he was not acting, he didn't.
Right.
And it was that kind of person. And he was wonderful to work with because, as I said, he gave it to you. He gave you the space to act with him. And that was a wonderful thing to do from an actor.
Yeah.
And he also, he was very funny. And every time, I had to kiss him one day, I remember. and he said, oh, don't eat onions and don't eat garlic and don't eat fish. I go, what am I supposed to eat? He says, anything without those things and no fish. Okay.
Okay.
So I thought, I give him a good thing, and I'm going to put, I have a little garlic.
Garlic and fish.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't, because he would have actually gone bonkers if I did.
No.
So and when I came to kiss him, because I had brushed my teeth really well, and I've had the mouthwash and the whole thing. And when he came to kiss him, and it was the end of the scene, and he went, oh, you smell of mouthwash. And I said, well, you asked me not to eat garlic. You asked me not to eat onions. You asked me not to eat fish. What do you think I was going to
do? Brilliant. Now, you briefly mentioned this earlier. Obviously, you worked with Peter Sellers on 2 films. The one I know best is There's a Girl in My Soup with Goldie Hawn as well. Now, what was that experience? I I absolutely adore that film.
I know you do. The experience of that film was unbelievable because not only I met the wonderful writer Terence Frisbee, who was absolutely superb, and we spent a lot of talking every time, because we were waiting for Peter all the time.
Yeah.
For about a month, about 3 weeks we waited for Peter to come in, because Peter was actually doing, he disappeared, and nobody knew where he was. The producer didn't know where he was. The production company didn't know where he was. Columbia didn't know where he was. So it was just like that. And I was happy because I was getting paid all the time.
Yeah.
So I couldn't care less, I was only contracted for a week, and I went, and, it went on for about 3 weeks. I loved it.
Oh, absolutely.
Loved every moment of it. So anyway, we did have no idea where he was. And I got to know Terence Frisbee quite well. We used to have lunch together. We used to actually talk a lot. He was the most wonderful man I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And I met him years later. We went out, and I took him to lunch at the Ivy, because he was, I thought, let me do something for you, because you have done something for me. You have given me the opportunity to be in a film with Peter Sellers and Goldie Hawn, and I'd like to do something for you, but and he was very humble about it.
Yeah.
It was really lovely, and but Peter was he was late. He was always disappearing, and he was decided. He wanted to decide who he was going to marry. That's why he disappeared.
Okay.
And you go, well, I wish I could actually decide who I want to marry. That's what you want me to say. Okay. And he didn't turn up. He didn't turn up, for about 3 weeks, as I said before. And we really, And when he turned up and we started the film, it was really fabulous because we really hit it off.
Yeah.
And and when we did the scene together, and he actually came to me and he said, "What are you doing tonight?" And I said, "Well, I can't really do anything because I got to go home. I do have a boyfriend."
But that probably wouldn't have bothered Peter that much, to be honest.
No, it didn't bother him. Absolutely not. So I went to his apartment, his house in a muse in Belgravia,
yeah.
and I went there and just took off, and he was like got in, and all he was doing was smoking a bloody joint, and I go, I don't go for that, for goodness sake.
No.
So I had to ask his chauffeur to take me home.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man. Also, Terry Britton was in that as well, wasn't he? Was it Terry Britton?
Tony Britton.
Tony Britton.
Oh, Tony Britton.
Another fabulous
lovely,
actor.
Lovely man. Fabulous actor. Wonderful man. I didn't get to know him, unfortunately. I wish I did. I really wish I did. But I didn't get to know him. But he was lovely to work with.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And of course, Goldie Hawn, another fabulous actress. Now,
my favorite lady.
I know. I'm going to jump forward because you went over to the States in the 80s. And you were in a series over there, The Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
But there's a side note to that because when you were in LA, because how long were you in Los Angeles? Was it that long?
I lived there for 7 years.
7 years. And I think I heard you talk about this. I'm not sure if I'm right. But you'd be walking down the street in Los Angeles and you'd hear this woman screaming across the street your name. And who's that? Who's that? And you can continue the story because we know it relates to a certain blonde young lady.
Okay, you got the story wrong, actually.
Have I? I was.
It wasn't in LA. It was in London.
Was it in London? Oh, I do apologise.
Yeah. After we finished Girl My Soup, I lived in Belgravia, so I was able to actually go to Harrods and do my shopping or whatever. It was the days when you had money and you had things around you that was just, wonderful and everything was great. And the 70s were the best years of my life.
Yeah.
And I, it was in the 70s that I met Goldie on the Girl in My Soup. And then when we actually finished There's a Girl in My Soup, or we were still filming, they were still filming and I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I was walking in the street of Knightsbridge and all of a sudden I heard behind me, Françoise! I go, what? Who the hell is that? So I turned around and there was Goldie. Françoise, what are you doing around here? Well, I live around here. Oh my God! Let's go and have a drink or have lunch. Come on. All right. To go out with Goldie was like going out with a fanfare of people around you. You know?
I could imagine.
Because all the fans were around. All they wanted was Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. And it was really very... And Goldie in those days was young and was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. I admired her all the time, even when I was working with her. And then, I went to Los Angeles and I saw her in LA.
Yeah.
I saw her in a restaurant, and we were sitting called Nucleus Nuance. It was a lovely restaurant, the Double N, and we had such fun talking. And it was there that I also met a boyfriend or fiance or husband. I don't know what they are now, but it's there that I met him. I can't remember his name. What's his name?
Oh, is that the one that she's still with today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do know the name. It's just slipped my mind for the moment, but everyone will know who we're talking about. Me too.
Yeah. Anyway, it was there that I met him, and then afterwards I lost touch, and that was that.
But we did, obviously talking of Hollywood and Los Angeles, we briefly touched on it when I was leading into an incorrect story. But the young and the restless. How did that part come about? How did that part come about?
Well, I just went for an interview in LA, and I went to and it was one of the casting directors, and I got it, and that was that.
Okay.
And I didn't appear with all the time. I appeared, every often. They asked me to come back, and it was when the lady who played the mother of the children of. It's so incredibly,
It's a long time
mishmash.
ago. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that the stories are very mishmash.
Yeah.
It's the mother of one of the guy who was there. Oh God, and every time the mother appeared, I appeared.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. So I had a 2-year contract, and so every time the mother was around, I was around.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Now, we mentioned this at the beginning. I met you at your book signing for the first time. I think we'd had conversations before that, but in Manchester, at Manchester, when you were doing your signings and for As I Am, a very open book, and I have the book behind me on my bookshelf.
Oh wow!
That you kindly,
you're the only one I know who has it.
Oh, I don't know. There were a fair few people there, and you signed it for me, so thank you for that. And it is a wonderful read. If anyone wants to grab that book, it is still available. So
no, it is not. It is not. It is not available anymore.
You can't get it on your website?
You can't get it anywhere.
Oh,
you can't get it anywhere. I'm rewriting it at the moment.
Oh, right. That could
and it's going to be published, as soon as I finish rewriting this and adding more things or whatever, but I'm rewriting it.
Oh, okay.
But it hasn't been, out for a long time.
Well, I'm glad I've got my copy.
I sacked my publisher.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
They weren't good at all. They were dreadful.
Oh dear.
They were the worst publishers I have ever known.
Oh my goodness.
They never did anything for the book. They never, and they were asking me for money, and I'm going, get out of here. You're not getting a penny.
Yeah.
Because you've done nothing. You've done absolutely nothing.
You're a savvy lady.
No, I just don't like to be taken by anybody.
No, absolutely. No, I totally agree. Absolutely. Now, moving forward, I know you've got an event coming up in October, an audience with. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what people can expect and when it is exactly?
Well, I did one on the 12th of May at the CAA, which was the Actors Club.
Yeah.
I did one to see how it was going to go. And then I'm now being asked to do another one.
Okay.
At the hub, at the Hampton Hub in Hampton Court. So the show is about my life, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can write in a book your life story, but when you talk about some things, it has a different meaning when you're talking.
Yeah.
And I actually felt that I had to tell a lot of things and to make people aware of a lot of things because people, you can write things and you can do things, but people forget about it.
Yeah.
But you can say things, people don't really forget about it. No. And also to make an awareness about a lot of things, a lot of happenings that happened in my life. And I'd like to make young girls aware of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think if you read the book, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I do. And I recommend anyone, when the new book comes out, make sure you go and get it, because we'll certainly be plugging it here.
Oh, great. Thank you.
And obviously we'll get you back on for that as well, so we can give it a massive push.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll get...
Well, plug my show. I have been. 22nd of October.
Yeah, everyone needs to go to that
event. Hampton Hub.
Absolutely, everyone needs to go to that. Now, one subject we haven't touched on, which I'm going to briefly, is your singing career. And I have played a few of your songs on my show. Do you have a favourite?
And nobody liked it, right?
No, everyone loved it.
My favourite, "Woman is Free."
Yeah, well, we're going to finish off with that in a little while. That's the song we're going to end our little chat with. But I want to jump back again because you mentioned it, Terry and June. I was re-watching some clips from that, particularly the greenhouse scene.
That was funny, that. And when he actually met me, and all of a sudden there's a greenhouse went down.
Yeah, absolutely.
that was quite funny. But the funniest moment was when he was teaching me how to say thank you.
Yeah.
And I kept going, thank you, thank you. And he goes, no, it's thank you. And I went, can I bite your tongue?
What was it like working with Terry Scott and June Whitfield?
I love working with Terry and June. I really did, because they were so much fun to work with. So giving. Again, never giving actor. I know Miriam Margolis doesn't like him, but I do. I mean, he's never done anything wrong to me. On the contrary, he actually taught me a lot about comedy. Because I was living in Godalming and he was living in Godalming also. So I used to go to his house to have tea, and he used to go over the scenes with me. And and because when we got to this to the BBC, was it the BBC?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was the BBC. When we got to the rehearsal rooms at the BBC, he wanted me to actually be word perfect and everything, and absolutely everything perfect. And so I really do owe him, something.
Yes.
I owe him the fact that he taught me how to do comedy, which actually served me when I played with Peter Sellers.
Yes. Yeah.
And served me when I played with with a lot of the others also.
Yeah.
So he taught me really how comedy should be.
Yes.
And and the timing of comedy, the timing of all the, of the words and everything else. But one thing I would say about Terry is that he did steal the scene a bit. He liked stealing scenes.
Yeah. But here's a question for you. Were you ever approached to appear in a Carry On movie?
No, never. Yes, sorry, I did. I was approached by Vince. Vince was writing the script for Carry On Emmanuel.
Yeah.
And he approached me to do the film, and I said no, I don't. No, I said send me a script, and he sent me the script. The script was so bad.
Yeah.
It was really horrid. And I said, no, I don't want to do that. No, I'm not going to take my clothes off and do all that. I have a child now. There's no way I'm going to do all that.
I don't think it was the greatest Carry On film, to be honest.
No, exactly. So I was right not to do it.
Yeah.
So I was approached to do it.
Yeah,
I was.
I was in a Carry On film, would you believe?
Were you now? Which one?
Another not brilliant one, but it was with Jim Dale. It's called Carry On Columbus.
Oh, I know. That was okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And Jim Dale, what an absolute legend. Loved him to bits. Such a nice guy as well.
Yeah.
Still going as well.
Yeah.
Still going.
Oh, bless him.
But I tell you what.
I was never asked to do a Hammer film.
Really?
I was never asked to do a Bond film.
That's another mistake. That's another mistake.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know why I was never asked to do all that. It's because of my ex, didn't want me to be more famous than him.
Oh, right.
I was already famous with my language and didn't want me to be more than that.
That's such a shame.
So, yeah.
That's such a shame. Because I could definitely see you in the early Carry On movies. And I could definitely see I could definitely see you as a Bond. I'm going to say Bond woman to be politically correct, but I'll say and also followed up Bond girl because that's what they were. And that would have been amazing to see you in, and I think you would have been fantastic.
Oh, it would have been so much fun to play because I remember my friend Jutta Stensgaard was in a film called Deadlier Than the Male, I think.
Yeah.
Or, Some Girls Do with Richard.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'd like to do one of those, And I did ask my agent, and my agent came back and said, no, sorry, you're not right for it, or whatever it is. It was always an excuse.
Yeah.
And we didn't know why.
Yeah.
later.
As we're getting closer to wrap up, I have a little thing I add to the end. It's called the questionnaire. Not necessarily about...
Ooh.
It's just quick fire questions. Not necessarily about your career or life or anything in particular. But are you ready to be known a little bit deeper? Okay, here we go. What is your best or favourite sandwich?
Egg mayonnaise.
What was the first concert you ever attended?
Manhattan Transfer.
What's the scariest animal?
Oh, spiders.
Okay. Apples or oranges?
Both.
Have you ever asked someone for their autograph, and whom?
I did once ask for Jimmy Stewart's autograph. I saw him at a concert at a charity ball that I went to in Beverly Hills, and I saw him there, and I went to him and I said, "Oh, I know, I've loved you since I was a child. Please, can I have your autograph?" He looked at me and said, "I wish I was 20 years younger." And I go, "Oh, don't make me cry."
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
So he gave me his autograph. I lost it now.
Oh no.
Yeah, I did. I lost it on my way, when I came back to London.
Okay. Not counting your films, what is your favourite movie?
The Vikings.
Okay, that's Kirk Douglas, isn't it?
Yeah.
On a plane, window or aisle?
Oh, aisle.
Okay. I prefer the window, but that's my choice. I like clambering over people if I have to. What's your favourite?
I like to get out. I like to get out to be able to go to the loo.
No, that's a very good reason. That's a very good reason. Favourite smell?
My perfume, which is Boucheron.
Least favourite smell, with the caveat that we are on the radio.
Oh dear. A fart.
Okay, I'll accept that one. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
You only get one song to listen to for the rest of your life. What is it? You don't have to listen to it all the time. It can come in and out, but the song that you would always go for.
Glenn Fry of the Eagles.
Okay.
Sing called Cloudy Days.
Okay. That's a good one.
I will always listen to that song. It's a beautiful, beautiful song.
And the final question in this quickfire round. Describe the rest of your life in 5 words.
In 5 words. Interesting. I'm looking at my grandchildren. Give me some inspiration. Inspirational.
Yes.
Kind.
Yes.
Loving.
Yes.
And fabulous.
And fabulous. Yeah, absolutely. Fabulous. Absolutely. My dear lady, can I just say it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show this morning. I want to get you back when the autobiography comes out. But stay on the line. We're going to finish off with that particular song that you love to bits. Would you like to introduce it?
Women in Love. It was a song that I did in 1973, I think, or 72. Yeah. I can't remember. And I was in the studio there, and it was just... I was so scared to sing that song because I wanted to sound like Donna Summer.
Yeah.
And of course I couldn't sound like Donna Summer because she had an incredible voice. But I wanted to sound like her. But I did what I could. But I love that song, and I think it's great to be able to. A lot of people love it. You know, a lot of people actually say to me, "Oh, why don't you get it back out again?" And I said, "I can't. I don't know who's going to be able to do that. It's an old song." But it's very disco.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's very today. It's very today's also.
Absolutely. It certainly
But
is.
I love the song.
Yeah,
I think it was great.
Well, let's play that now. But Françoise, thank you so much for coming on The Breakfast Show this morning.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna make you feel like Just move your body close to mine. No more melody, it's free and easy, feelings fine.